This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So, team, we don't have any session tomorrow. Okay, in the weekend. As you know, weekend, Saturday, Sunday will not be there. So, Monday to Friday will be our sessions, and hence we don't have session on this coming weekend. Okay. Yeah. So, before I proceed further, any queries from you guys from your, you have gone through some documents or websites which are yesterday's content. Yeah. Okay, team. Right. So now we are going to discuss components. So what are the components of REXX? Okay. So there are total 4 components are there. One is instructions. Okay. Instructions. Then built-in functions. Built-in functions. The third one is stack and queue. Third one is stack and queue. And fourth one is external or some supplied functions. Okay, so these are all the 4 components. So when you see any existing REXX program, that might be belongs to either instructions or built-in functions or stack and queue or external and system or system supplied. Okay, so it is going to belongs to either one of them. Okay, it is going to be belongs to either one of them. Okay, right. So external functions. Okay, so in external functions we have something called keywords. Keywords can be called as a instructions. Okay, keywords we call as a instructions. Example, we have a say keyword. Okay, say is a keyword. It is to print the data in the console. If you want to print something in the console, we use a say. Pull is to extract the data. Okay, pull is to extract the data. Ranjis, at runtime, if you want to get the data, you use a pull. There is something called exit, parse. Okay, if, so these are all the keywords. Okay, so each keyword we call as a instruction. Instruction is nothing but telling. We are instructing. We are instructing to the system do something. We are instructing the system do something. So say pull, exit, parse, and if. So there are so many keywords. Okay, I listed only few of them. So this is all about instruct keywords. The second one is null statement. Okay, null statement. So we can have comments. Okay, so in REXX, okay, you can write empty lines, no problem. Empty line or lines we can write. In JCL, between first and last JCL statement, you cannot have blank lines. You cannot have blank lines. Okay, you cannot have the blank lines, right? So, but in case of REXX, you can use blank lines as many you want for readability purpose. This is an unusual statement. So we have something called a label. Okay, something called label. So we use labels in user-defined functions. Okay, user-defined functions. Label comes into the picture. So if you are a COBOL resource, if you know minimum basics of COBOL, we call as a perform one. So and we say para one dot, and we will write some statements. Hello. Now, so para one is a label. Okay, so para one is a label. One is label. So the label is also come under, it comes under instructions. So keywords, null statement, and label. So the three. So we have something called commands. Okay. So in TSO host commands, basically TSO host commands we call, like example, we have a allocate. So allocate is a TSO host command. We use allocate command to specify the existing file, or if you want to create the file. Okay, if you want to create the file, we use allocate command. Like that, there are so many statements are there. So the last one in instructions, assignments. Okay, so like a equal 10. Okay, a equal 10. Nothing but we are storing 10 value in a variable. Okay, we are storing 10 value in a variable. So this is called assignments. Assignments also called as a instructions, commands, label, null statement, keywords, all we call as a instructions. The terminology we call as a instructions. So this is all about in high level about instructions. Anyhow, we will do hands-on today. The next one, built-in functions. So if I want to find the length, if I want to find the length of the string, then I can use a length. So if I want to find a particular character is present or not, if it is a present, on what position it is starting, we can give a position. Okay, we can say position. So if you want to find the maximum value, if you want to find the minimum value, okay. So if you want to convert the data into uppercase, lowercase, so we use REXX built-in functions. I will show you one a link which I use to do. I'm looking for a website. Not this one. Okay, here I'll find it. Yeah, I'll check it and I'll give you the link too. So that will be straightforward. Okay, that is the easiest one, which I use to refer that always. Okay, fine. I'll find it and give you the link. Okay, so there are so many built-in functions are there. So and we are going to use them in our content also, in our programs also. So when it is a built-in function thing, so we give the input and the method, the function is going to execute as per the input and gives the output. Okay, so that is built-in functions. So we have something called system supplied. Okay, so something called system supplied functions. So what is the difference between system supplied functions and built-in functions? So I will give you one example. sysdsn. So we have a one function called sysdsn. So what is the purpose of system supplied functions? Okay, system supplied function purpose is that system supplied function purpose is whether it is going to interact with the storage device. Example, sysdsn. So check the file is existing or not. Verify the file. Verify the file existence. Verify the file is existing or not. Okay, we need to verify. So if it is there, if the file is there, then it returns OK. OK is the output when response of the sysdsn return type. Okay, it is going to return OK. If it is dataset is not present, it gives you dataset not found, not existing, something like sysdsn. Okay, there is another function list DSI. So list DSI, if I want to extract, okay, if I want to extract the attributes of the existing file. So let's say already I created a file. I want to get what is the record format of that file, what is the record length, and which volume we created. So if I want to know all of them, we can go with the list DSI. So in order to, we will give the data set name, but that particular data set is present on the storage device or not. But if I give length, for length just you give if I say max 10 comma 20 and 30 5, so it gives you based on the data the corresponding max program will execute and it gives you the output as a 20, right? So no need to check the storage device or no need to check with the system information. But whereas the system supplied functions or external functions, we call them. So I have given only two. There are so many out trap is there. Like that, there are so many external functions are there. So I will give you the manuals also for them when the topic comes. So when I say the system supplied, it should check with the corresponding storage device, check it, okay, extract the details or information about request, and it returns the output. Okay, that is all about external system supply functions in high level. As I said, we are going to see practical. The stack and queue. Okay, so you know concept of first in first out. You know the concept of first in first out. There's something called last in first out. Data structures concept. So we can use stack and queue while you're processing the files. Like we use a record structure, right? In COBOL, you're reading the data from file, writing into another file. We use record structures. But here it is similar to that. So stack and queue are data structure concepts. It is those two are data structure concept. So with the help of data structures concept, stack and queue, we can able to store the data. Whatever you are reading the data from file, we can do we can store them in the stack. We can store them in a queue, and we can retrieve from the stack and the queue. We can do some validation over there. Okay, so these are all the components of REXX. Any queries so far?
Which is important and which
Sorry,
learn which are the out of four which is the mostly used, which is we need to know more.
talking about stack and queue or all of them?
All of them.
Among all of them, you're asking among all of them. Yeah, so the answer here, I mean, if you're asking among all of them which are important, there is no scenario or situation that you have to use that and that, because all our functionalities are different, correct? All functionalities are different. So depends on the requirement, you might go only with the instructions basically. So they're telling that all REXX program, your REXX program will fall under either instructions, built-in functions, system separated functions, stack and queue. So basically what they did, they divided the REXX concepts into different categories called as we call as a components. So some of them we call as instructions, some of them we call as built-in functions, some of them we call as a system supply and stack and queue. Okay, so here these are all not alternatives. These are all just concepts. Okay, so If the situation comes, the requirement is, yeah, go on mute. Apaji, I'm getting echo. Go on mute, please. Yeah, thanks. So we use built-in functions, right? So in our logic, the built-in functionalities are not required, then we don't use it. Okay? Yeah.
Venkat, what is keyword parse?
Parse is a breaking one from one string to many strings, right? We discussed yesterday also. Breaking from one string to many strings. Like,
Unstring.
yeah, unstring. I have a date of birth. I want to extract year from the date of birth. Or month I want to get it. I want to get year, date.
Oh, hello, Venkat. I have seen couple of statements in my existing REXX code. Parseful.
That is what, okay. Parse pull is something, it is a they are trying to get the data from the end user, okay. And it is, you are going to retain the case sensitive. What does mean? When you write the pull, right, when you write the pull, it is, if you enter even lowercase, it converts the entire data into uppercase. Let's say you asking name, user is entered lowercase data, so I entered all lowercase small case characters. So but when you are printing what user is entered, it will prints the uppercase because it converts by default into uppercase. But you want to retain the case sensitive, which means that if user enter in the lowercase, we should process as lowercase only. Okay, if user enters the mixed case upper and lower case data input, then we need to process as it is. In that case, we go with the concept called parse pull. Okay.
Okay, okay. Oh, thank.
Correct? So they are basically retaining the case sensitive part.
That stack and key will come only for a file header operation. Stack and key.
Yes, yes. I mean, I use that in that context only. I
Okay.
did not use it in other context. We can use, arrays also. So we have a concept called as arrays. Okay.
And one more question is like yesterday you given some command IS or DD and like that. What are the things we should not use? We should be cautious while we have to try in our system in our client system.
Not much, okay, not much. Okay, see, until you are browsing, no problem here. Okay, you do anything, no problem. So until you are browsing, it is perfectly fine. But when you start modifying them and you start opening an edit mode and all, then a problem will come into the picture. So as I said, there are no more restrictions. Okay, so if you are a experienced person, you know the impact something goes wrong. If you know and all the things, then you do properly, right? So there are some people without knowing, they might try to do something else. For them, I said, okay. So because if you delete, then if you are working on the time system, if something goes wrong, it will be escalation, and then you will be cautious. But in the training server, that is not the case, right? So you might say that, hey, train, what Venkat will do, it's okay. Let's do some changes, right?
No, I am
Yeah.
asking about my client system, my Miss Office work in the
There are
office.
no
Yesterday I was saying,
there are no much, okay. We don't get
okay,
into system related information, no. So yesterday I shown
okay,
that someone asked, but it is not, in fact, it is not a REXX concept also. What I explained yesterday, REXX is means
oh, okay,
it's not a content, okay. It's not a content. It's always a DDL. So just I will show you how the system defined DLLs are mapped with the files.
okay, okay. Because yesterday I tried in my system, I got around 100, around 60 to 75 in our client system. So
That is not
uh,
a, you do it. That is not a that is not a problem.
okay.
Only the
No,
thing is
like
don't
that,
touch.
any other things that we should see a lot about data set is coming like profile data set, some system data set,
Right.
so a lot of things. So we can try to. I was trying to see what is there inside. A lot of them is
You
the,
can
like
do
a
it.
load module or some other things. Some of them have the X code. So maybe
Oh,
later
I
class, maybe we can check that which one we can see like that. Yeah, thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Venkat, is there any storage limit or some data processing limit is there while using stack and queue?
Yeah, it is a very good question. Mm, I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. Yes, there might be an extension, but I did not use that much data, frankly speaking. So
Okay.
I have not read anywhere. Okay, if you find that, let me know. Any conditions in terms of storing the data. Okay, I did not find because I don't, as in training we don't use that much lengthy data, right? So we use hardly 100 to 100 lines of the program maximum, worst case.
Venkat,
Okay.
I have gone through this document. There is no limit in storing in stack and queue.
Great, yeah,
I've gone over it.
you covered entire PDF within one day. Great, Mahalakshmi.
No. No, not yesterday. I
Acha.
know Rex basics already. I have this document already.
Okay, okay. Hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
so I I joined for
Good,
any
good.
further unknown information I
Yeah,
may
you
get.
told me.
So
Yeah, I
that's
remembered. I remembered. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks for adding additional. Yeah. Okay. Right. So we are done. Okay, last 1 hour, 50 minutes. Last we keep on discussing theory. Last 2.5 days, right? Let's do some now. Yeah. So I guess most of them, not most of them, 90% of the resources would have got a video link how we can do configuration in our local system. Okay, most of them did as well as. Okay, so I will show you. So I'll be using emulator, the Mocha emulator. So mine is 30 days trial is over, so I can still use it by entering the key. So you can see, team, there is something called temporary key. Okay, so there is
Uh,
something called temporary key.
Venkat,
Yeah.
actually, I tried this one, but it's not asking temporary key.
I will come to that also. If you are
Okay.
since you are installed yesterday only, right? Only it is this particular window you will get after 30 days. By that time, we will complete the training also. Okay,
No, today
but
morning only I tried.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
for the first 30 days, you don't get this window straight away.
Oh,
So if you click on directly continue trial, it will go to the next screen to do the configuration to connect to the server. It will not ask any key. But if you see this one, evaluation of that day 30 of 30. So every day the number is going to change in our system. After 30 days, the window which I am getting, this one, okay, the one which I am moving. So you will get a key. So what key I have to enter, if you ask me, you see that whatever is there on the top, this is going to change every time whenever you open the session, Microsoft session. So no need to note it. So you might be, some people might be in a hurry to note temporary key so that we can use later after 30 days. Don't need, guys. So 236 for me, 236817510. So if I do login again, so enter the key what it is showing on the top, click on OK. Thereafter, so one, if you already configured, okay, if disconnect is disabled, then click on connect. So I have multiple servers. I am using the server, this one. Okay, del Sukesh there. If you see the configuration, I'll disconnect, I will edit, and I want to edit this one. You can choose whichever you want to edit. This is the IP address. Okay, so this is the IP address. It is there in the video, but it's still even there if you press any right. So IP address is, yes. So ID already I pinged you in the WhatsApp group. I created a WhatsApp group. Right? I pinged you group. You can check it there. Not this one, not this one. Yes, we can do. Yeah, fine. This is the one. Okay, so connect. So once you connect, now we connected the server. Server is also up and running. We connected to the server. Next, what I do, I will do login. So on this server, the way login process 80% is same. Here and there, it is going to change. You can see this line how to do logon. So logon, type your mainframe ID. So whatever the ID I have given, you can use that ID. So and I request you don't use the ID which I have given it to you during our session. So I will use the same ID. I can use other IDs. I don't have any problem. But the scenario is that right. If I use this ID only, the ID which I have given, so you can refer the programs in that ID. Okay, otherwise if I use some XYY ID, you may not be having access to that ID. So again, you need to refer always the notepad for the programs. Okay, so you don't need to, please don't do login. So log on, but Q is the ID. Okay. So once you enter that, enter. So I'm entering the password. So next, reconnect, yes. I guess it seems someone logged in, coming back. Anyone logged out now? Or I used forceful login? Yeah. So once you are on the screen team, type ISPF. Type ISPF. Okay. Since this environment is new for you, I'm explaining step by step now. So from here, yeah. Okay, team. So we logged in successfully. So first, we'll start how to write REXX program. Okay, how to write REXX program. Execute. Not only write, execute. And where we write. Correct. So where we can write REXX program. So we can write REXX program in any PDS, either new PDS or existing PDS, but ensure that record format should be fixed block. Okay, so this is the thumb rule or rule. Then, okay, then create a member. After that, create a member. Create a member. Start writing the program. Let's do that. So 3.3 and 2. Okay, so 2 I'm going to allocate. So you guys, since everyone using the same ID, correct? So rather than getting a conflict, so better you do like this: Venkat dot v8 v9 dot. So please give Venkat Q mainframe ID. So the dataset name rules like this. So enter your name so that others will not touch your dataset. So you enter your name and whatever you the last qualifier. So I'll say that uh, rex rex dot src lib like this. So please follow this pattern so that it will be easy for you also. So ensure that team always your data set should start with high level qualifier Venkat Q. So here is that is a rule. It is a mandatory. Otherwise, the admin can delete our data sets without warning us. So they have right to do that as they have informed us. That is the one rule. Okay. The other one on this server, the volume you always should use USR user USR001. So this is the volume you have to use always. Okay, whenever you create a PS file and PDS file, you are supposed to use this volume. Even if you don't use this volume, then your data set should be on this volume. If you created a data set on another volume, admin can delete our data sets without warning, without informing us. Okay, because they informed me, right? When I procured the ID, they informed us these are the rules. Same rules I am passing to you, right? So Venkat Q. So you can give other, if you don't give volume, it is perfectly fine, team. But the thing is, after 3 days, they might delete our programs anytime, any moment. Then we don't have any right to ask. Okay, that is the only one issue. E9. So I don't use any my name. So I'll write Rex, but you guys do like that. Rex SR silly. So I know that I'm going to create more than 30 programs. So what is the directory block team? If I want to create a 40 members, I want to in this PDS, I want to create a 40 members. What is the appropriate directory block I supposed to give here?
4.
6 into 6, 36, 36 minus 135. I said, hmm? Just answer here. What is the appropriate directory block to create a 40 members in a PDS?
No, we don't do that. We just use the existing sample and copy it.
My question, in an interview, you cannot say like this, right? Will you say like this in interview?
Okay.
Give 7, Venkat.
Others, what is the answer? Know the formula? You know the formula? You should know, right? You guys are experienced people. When you are attending a REXX, I always treat you guys are experienced. Well, experienced people, okay? The formula is, guys, n into 6 is a fixed, you cannot change it. This one. So n is here, n is the block. Okay, then it block. Now you give me the answer. So I want to create a 40 numbers. I want to create a 40 numbers. What is the appropriate directory block?
7.
I know I got answer from 1 or 2 people.
7.
Correct answer as it. Yeah, so the answer is 7. Okay, 7 into 6 minus 1. So it is between 40 to 41, right? So I'm giving 6 so that I can create 41 members. So the file created. So the other question, I know it is not linked with this content or REXX. I created a file. Can I increase the of the primary quantity, secondary quantity? See, if you already attended my trainings, no, wait. So there are some people who already attended my training. The similar questions I would have asked there also. Don't give answers. Yes. Okay. If you already attended my trainings earlier, because I used to first say similar questions, right? Now others, okay, who are new to my training, they have to give the answers. Can I change the primary secondary quantity? I realize that the less primary quantity space is there. Can I increase it?
No, we cannot. We have to create new one.
But I don't want to create it again, new one, because that file, the file which is this one using in multiple JCLs, and it is linked with the production, so on, right?
We
So if you
can
You can
use
you can
compress IEB copy. Compress.
how many times you will compress till some extent, right? That too, that specific size, not you cannot, by compressing you cannot keep huge amount of the data.
we have to create
Yeah.
new PDFs and copy.
So I don't want to get into those steps. I agree with you. Yeah. So
Venkat,
yeah.
sorry. Can you please explain about directory block 7 means how it comes? I'm not clear.
7 into 6 how much? 7 into 6 how much?
Sir,
7
no.
into 6.
Okay. Oh, no. 7
7
is
into
how it
6.
comes.
6 is a
We
constant.
decided. See, we decided 7 is we decided. Okay.
Okay.
So to keep it 7 into 6, 42 minus 1. Okay. 42
Okay.
minus 1, 51. So if I give 7, I can give maximum 41 members. I cannot exactly do as like, if I want
Okay.
39, I cannot give directory block, that's that manner. Okay, we have to give nearest directory block, which can accommodate this particular members, this much count members.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
6 is a constant. It is a formula decided by the IBM. Okay, yeah. So anyhow, this is linked with our content, by the way. So this is the one I am going to right. So what happens then? If I want to increase the size of this file, as you know, by default, mainframe is not going to support. Mainframe is not going to support. But I want to do that at any cost. I want to do it. So there are two
Override.
approaches. Yeah. How do you override that? That is the case. How do you do it?
Override can we do with override?
What is override here? I don't know
Override.
override. You tell.
Yeah, DD name with that parameter we need to mention. Suppose the primary quantity that we need to, suppose it was 10.
That's not, no, that is not allowed now. Why you do override? Overriding is something on new file. It's not for our requirement. Not correct.
Okay.
Anything like altering?
Uh, when you cannot increase means that is not alter is not possible only, na? Yeah. So team, straight away we cannot do it. Okay, I'll tell you. Step one. Okay, step one. So create a new file. So to increase the space for the existing file, I'm giving approach. Create a new file. So this, and after telling this, okay, these are all the I can do easily, right? So I'll say I'm creating a out file. Example.
I told you,
Okay,
sir. This.
I agreed. No, I'm not saying you're
Okay.
wrong. Okay, yeah. With, with maximum space, the one how much space you want to do it. Step two. Step two. Okay, copy the data or members from old data set to new data set. So do this. Step 3, delete old data set. So this is deleted. Step 4, rename the new file name to new file name. So from out to you have to rename it to like this. Make sense? Is it clear? So this is called, okay, we are doing lot of steps, that is different story. But apart from that, apart from this approach, we don't want anything else as per my experience, as per my knowledge. If any best approach is there, you let me know without using REXX. Okay, don't tell that we can do with REXX. I know that. Okay, and I'm valid that as well as. So the answer is team. So while you are doing these 4 steps by mistake, in step 2, if you delete this data set, gone, we are gone. It can happen, right? Human errors can occur while you are doing multiple steps. Correct? So there is a possibility. Now, so solution for lengthy approach, that is above approach. So we can create that too. We will create it. It's not only we create in our training. We are going to create a tool for the above requirement. So we are going to create a REXX tool. Okay, we are going to create the REXX tool to increase the file. So we keep everything handy for the end user. We will ask, hey boss, for which file you want to increase the space? Give the file name. What is the latest high called? How much space you want to, what is the latest primary quantity you want to allocate? What is the latest secondary quantity? Do it. That's all. We will do everything in the code. We will give the message, hey boss, we are done. Okay. So I hope you are happy. Go and check it. The file is the size increased or not. So that is how we do it. Okay. This is something. Back to our content basic. Yeah. Any queries? I'll pause for 1 minute.
Yeah, yes,
Sir,
Venkat, one question is like we will normally when the production job abundance, due to the maximum storage, then we contact the storage team, so they will increase the space. So they will use this method. Do you mean, so, or they have access to alter the file?
No, 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 no chance. That's what I'm saying. Okay, they don't have an access. If even though you are a, if you are a super user ID in your mainframe, you cannot increase it. So they have to go with approach this one or this approach. No other approach.
Okay, so storage team
Others,
maybe have the REXX tools, something like that. They will use that.
God knows. God knows. Means I don't know exactly what they might
Immediately,
be.
they do immediately. That's what I ask. Okay,
Yeah,
uh,
Rex. Might be the Rex.
okay, yeah.
These are
sir,
old systems, right? Yeah.
deleted one
Is it,
we cannot retry, sir. The second step you told, the third step you told that one delete.
Deleted is, I guess, there is approach called TS recovery on. Uh, yeah, there is a solution. Yes, you can do recover it, no problem. But
One of my project, the fresher member, by mistake he deleted that one, but somehow they contacted means
Yeah, yeah.
admin or somebody.
Yeah. Yes, Venkat, we can retrieve it. We can restore it because CA disk is the one of the tool. We can keep backup all the data sets.
no, if I don't have
So
any tool, if I don't have a tool,
yeah,
then
yeah, CA disk is the one of the tool. Admin will be having all the privileges, so he can restore the data set. If you delete, those data sets will be in the CA disk for some time. After that, those
As a
data sets
developer,
will
we cannot do.
no, we don't.
yeah.
Generally, restoring and all, generally admin will be having copy. Okay, so I don't think we will be having developers or regular team members will not be having that access and all. So
Correct.
the
Yeah,
recovery and all,
yeah,
generally the admins only will do it.
yeah. Database admin can be will be doing helping us.
They won't entertain, even though they have, they won't entertain
But now in this case, what you do, Sarup?
recovery. And
And
even
what?
if for no, they won't recover. They will say maybe they will try once, but they won't recover. It's your responsibility
Acha.
to take the backup. And for PDS, somebody asked what is the size. You best way is to assign 500 cylinders primary, 500 cylinders secondary. You will never run out of space.
Mhm. Yeah. Any other questions related to our content? I hope you are not deviating, right, guys? And we are learning, I guess. Healthy discussion is happening. I hope everyone is okay with that. Your silence, I consider as a yes. Okay,
Yes,
always,
yes, Venkat, going in the right
silence.
direction.
Yeah, silence is very dangerous. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, team, this is something. Now go back to our basics again. Actually, if it is a regular session, I would have completed this execution of the REXX program yesterday itself. Yeah. Here we are. Yeah, we created a PDS. Now I'll go to 3.4. So you got this is the fresh IDT. Yesterday I wrote it. Hot star.
B9,
So
sir.
V9. So it's a batch 9. So then create a one member. Okay. So let's say that program one. You can give any member name. There is no restrictions. So I will recollect the topic or points which I covered yesterday. So first point or one of the future or one point I said yesterday, REXX has very few rules while you are writing the program. Okay. Second is a free format language, which means that you can start from any the REXX statement instructions. You can start from any column. Okay. It is not a case sensitive. The REXX keywords are not a case sensitive. So please remember them while you're writing the program. Now, the one rule I said there are very few rules. and one of them is so slash star REXX in lowercase uppercase star slash. So always your REXX program should start with the slash star, but what column you are starting, it doesn't matter for me. So it is okay. So it should, the line in the first line should be slash star stars, it should end with the star slash. In between somewhere the REXX keyword should be there. That is the only rule. So if I write okay demo program, it is perfectly fine, but only somewhere REXX keyword should be there. So why I said somewhere in between stars, because apart from REXX we can write something else as well as. Okay, so we will go with the basic rule rather than experimenting. Many areas it is going to work, don't worry.
Venkat,
Okay,
is
I'll
it
say
case sensitive?
I said it is not at all case sensitive. REXX keywords are not case sensitive. So whatever the components I said starting, right? So these are all not case sensitive. So you can write it in mixed case, lowercase, uppercase, but data obviously it should be case sensitive. Next, okay. So once you write that, then your requirement starts. What you want to do, then you start accordingly. So I want to display something on the console. So I'll write say. Say is the equivalent to display if you are from COBOL background. System.out.println is Java. Python is Python. What is the? I did not remember. Okay, anyhow, say. Okay, say is the keyword. Give space. Within that we can give a literal. So welcome to automation. Automation. The single quotes. So you are good to give single quotes and double quotes. Okay, and ending semicolon is optional. You don't need to give dot at all. Okay, so semicolon usually we give in COBOL we give a dot. In JSL we don't have a rule at all to specify end of the JS line, but here end of the instruction. This is called instruction. You are instructing. So say is an instruction, right? So if you see in the instructions, say is falling under keywords. So it is a keyword. So say is a keyword. You are instructing to the system print this one, and I am inserting another one. Say stars. As I said, I can give single quotes or double quotes. I can do this. Say. Okay, semicolon is again optional, but here and there is mandatory. I will tell you where is optional, where is a mandatory in UI. Say. Once you write the REXX code, just of it. Let me open the videos. So in this program one, we have a REXX program. So do I need to compile it? No. REXX is an interpreted programming language. Without compiling, we can run it. So the way how we run, we type EX. We type EX execute. EX stands not X, it is execute. So type execute, enter. You can see the output on the same screen. So welcome to automation, and we are getting stars. This is the code, and hit the enter. So instead of printing on the console, can we write into the file? Obviously you can do it, not a problem, right? So I'll repeat. So I'm creating another member, PGM2. So what is the first rule while you're writing the REXX program? It should start with the slash star. It should
Slash
end
star.
with the slash. In
REXX
between
should be
there
present.
should be there, and I can write anything. So demo program, save it. So then say, okay, so one, say two, say three, four, say five. And did you notice, guys, I did not write exit in my existing program because it's optional. Even in fact, I don't write even here also, right? Save. I'm going to run it. So press F3. So there are different approaches to execute the REXX program. Since we are about to end the session, that is the reason I'm not introducing all of them. But we can execute the way which we executed. There is something called implicit execution and explicit execution. So there is a foreground execution and background execution. So what is the execution methods? one is foreground. The one, so the approach which we are doing now is called under foreground. Okay, so that in that implicit execution is there and explicit execution is there. Explicit execution. So there is called batch mode. So that is through JCL. So if you write through, if you are executing through JCL, that is called batch mode. Okay. So we use utility called. What is the utility we use to do bind a plan, guys? Which utility we use bind a plan?
What is that?
IKJFT01.
IKGFT01.
IKJFT01. Even I guess this utility everyone knows, even though you are not a developer, because IKGFT01, if you are an admin, if you are a system admin, okay, you might be knowing it because IKGFT do a lot of things, right? So it's not only for binding COBOL DB to program are not running. Okay, even rack of admin, mainframe admin also they will use this ID. Okay, anyway, right. So this is something called through JSL. We will see that later. Once the REXX code is ready, what we do? F3 and type VX. Now there are 3 stars, which means that not completed bus, something else is there. So 1, 2, 3. And how we can see the rest of the output? Hit the enter to see the rest of the output. 4, 5.
It cannot show 1, 2, 3, 4 at one screen, sir.
No, yes, can be done.
Okay.
You can do it. But how you do, guys? Okay, it's logic. Logic as simple as how we can do it. Okay, there is no new concept, but I have to do it. Okay, I'm giving a clue for you. Without adding any new stuff in there, I want to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the next screen what he requested. How you do it? Don't explain. No, I'm giving you an answer. Okay, you might think that Venkat has to explain something else. No, I don't need to explain anything. With the program which I explained, 2 programs I explained, with that, tell me that. So now what is happening? 1, 2 is printing here, 3, 4, 5 is printing on after hitting the enter. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should print, it should print on only one screen.
I think we need
How
to
you
use
do it?
Maybe position
No,
POS.
no positions, no semicolons. Semicolons is to indicate end of the statement, not to change the output position, right? It's a logic. It is a logic. I said it's a logic. Nothing related to REXX when in keywords.
With the same
Makes
lines.
sense now? First we are spending blank lines, then we are bending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that may not be his requirement, but this is something which you can do with that. So, very good. Right.
Okay. 1, 2. First line, second line, third line will be always display the spaces only. That's the reason you put the spaces.
Yes.
Got
That's why I said, okay, nothing to add, just use basic logic. This may not be the right approach, okay, but we don't have other options, okay, because printing output on the console is not in our control, right? So I mean, we can change it through logic, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should start from here. Now output is coming somewhere here in this, last 5 rows. But if I want to bring the output from middle of that screen, that cannot be controlled. I don't think so. Only through REXX code you can do it.
Okay.
Okay. Any queries?
I think
You
there's
said
some
some.
settings for that, I guess, Venkat. I mean, when I execute from my client system, I'm getting it a new window only. I don't know.
Next, wait. Okay, where we do settings? Just give me a clue, then I'll explore.
No, I'm not sure. When I run similar program on my client system, I'm getting the output on a new window. It's not starting at the bottom.
But are you seeing the code? That is the next question. Because they would have written the same question, logic, na?
No, I
That
just
is
wrote when we are speaking here. Yeah, similar one.
okay. You written the code. You written the code.
Yeah.
Okay, try today and tomorrow you confirm me. Even though if I don't ask, confirm me. Okay. We'll see. Okay, I don't think, but not sure. Okay, yeah. Mm. Yeah. Other
Maybe
questions?
resolution like 23 cross 80. Maybe
No.
resolution may differ.
Um, I guess they might be using 24 into 80. My screen is 24 into 80. See, by the way, okay, guys, very important. I guess who answered right? Client system. Now here I will get on the same screen. Okay, here I am getting on the same screen. But the thing is, when you have this many C statements, the output is going to break. Something in one screen, something on another screen. So are you given that those many lines? That is the question. Okay, yeah, you can try and let me know tomorrow. Not an arrays, right? Yeah. Other queries, concerns, adding additional information.
Yeah, Venkat, you said we are going to create a REXX for REXX tool for directory blocks,
Correct.
increasing the directory blocks.
Correct. Correct. Yes, Tanu.
So maybe later you are going to show us, or
Yeah, not after basics of REXX because you don't know
okay,
copying files, you don't know how to create a data set and all that. So that will be coming. I told you in my PDF document, I said we'll create a
oh,
4 automatic tools. I don't know whether you
okay,
noticed it or not. The one of them is creating a file with uh, yeah,
okay, fine.
file size. Yeah. Yeah. Any other queries, team?
That bottom 3 stars means successful, sir.
Yeah. If something goes wrong, not there is no thumb rule like that. Okay, I'll make an error. I deleted a single quotes. Explain that also. If there is an error, you will get like this. Okay. Here also now you got stars. Okay. So it
Yeah,
doesn't mean
that's what.
that it doesn't mean that you have got a output. So it star means either it is completed the execution or you need to go to the next screen. That by if you hit the enter, you will come to know.
Oh,
So now you can see that error running program 2, the line number 2. It is going to give the line number, guys, at line number unmatched. So you need to go to the second line or third line or first line. You look into that. So whichever the line number it gives, exactly then only. But here and there, you might look. You may have to look, above on the lines.
like a SOC 7.
SOC 7, you say JCL. JCL also it gives the number, right? But you have to look before or after line.
Yes, yeah, before and after.
Yeah, any queries?
Yeah.
Yeah. So team, that's all for the day. If there are no queries, we are good to close for today.